Om Shanti, and very good evening to all the brothers and sisters. Today is a very special day because we have a very special person who is going to address us in a very special topic. Okay, so we all know about anger, right? Everybody gets angry, correct or not? And that's why we all are here, to get to know about anger, right? So before that, I would like to welcome all of you. And before we go on with this program, I would like to make some announcements, okay? So the first thing is that because we want to have this program in a very special way, we want all of you to take full benefit of this program. So we will announce to you what are the upcoming programs first, so that at the end, you all will have a very clear mind after the talk. Okay? So to start off with, you know, we had many previous programs before this, and the next follow-up program will be inner leadership. Okay, as you can see from the flyer that is being projected, this program will be happening on four days, 4 Saturdays, from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. starting on 4th of September. So it's an inner leadership course conducted by 4 very special trainers who will guide you through the process, okay, on how to change yourself, right? The next one will be a very special program by our very own senior brother, Brother Ken. This program will be happening on the 16th of September, okay, from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And we all know that this is a very, very important topic, which is an ancient wisdom on emotional immunity. Okay, Brother Ken will be sharing with us on this topic. All right. So now let's get to business. We all know, okay, we all have a lot of questions, especially when it comes to anger. Okay, so I want you all to keep these questions with you. Okay, you may send to the chat box. Okay, send to the chat box the questions. But then most important thing is that keep it with you, because I know that all these questions will be answered, because our dear brother is going to take us through a journey. And it's you all have to pay very serious attention on this. And we have many, many things in our mind, like what is the definition of anger? No, am I angry? If I get irritated, am I angry? If I get upset, am I angry? No? And why do I get angry? No? What is the source behind anger? And then sometimes people get angry for no reason. No? And they ask, is it my hormonal thing that is making me angry? Or sometimes when people are hungry, they get angry. No? So anger and anger has some little bit of connection. Okay? So brother will actually take us through to this evolution of anger. And also sometimes we also will ask ourselves, you know, when to get help. Sometimes we always get angry, but we don't know. And sometimes we subtly get angry. That one also we don't know. So all these things will be covered by brother, you know. And actually some of the other questions that we have is that very important question is what actually happens to our brain and our body when we get angry, you know? Now once somebody has mentioned, you know, they say anger is a temporary insanity. You know, when people get angry, they don't know what they're doing also. So many of us will have past experience and we have resentment, you know? And also the best part is that we read a lot because we want to know about anger, no? And we get into these myths. This blame game, situation, people. Sometimes they say it's my blood, no? I was born with anger in me, you know, hereditary. Yeah? So we want to know. So brother will clear all these things, all the myths and other myths. Sometimes people say getting angry is good, no? Right? Sometimes you have to fight back, no? So they will say all these things. And brother is a very special person because brother will actually finally he will tell us how actually meditation can really help us to overcome this thing, you know. So that is the thing that brother is going to cover. So I want you all to pay special attention to his talk. And his personal request is that please switch on your video camera, because actually he wants to see you all and really have an interactive session. Okay, so this is very important moment for all of us actually, because all of us have anger, no? And you know, Dr. Mohit, no, the Gupta, brother Mohit, of course he may not know me, but I think my family knows him. Lokik family knows him. They have been to our place, Lokik house, a center in Nilai, and Lokik family has been to their house in Delhi, you know. And the best part is that yesterday was his birthday. So on behalf of the Brahma Kumaris and also all of us, brothers and sisters, we would like to wish him happy birthday, right? And brother is very special because brother used yoga power and Baba's blessings, you know, to overcome a major operation in his life. My brother is in Gyan for 36 years. Since his childhood, he is in Gyan. And brother has done service for Baba all over the world. He has given a lot of lectures in very prominent universities like Oxford, Harvard, you know, putting all this spirituality and Gyan into this scientific knowledge. Brother has given more than 1,200 lectures. No? Brother also goes on TV and also radio shows as a regular speaker. No? Dr. Gupta, no, he was recently honored with the Excellence in Cardiology in 2018, no? Award by the Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare, no? Mr. J.P. Nadda. And brother is also for his excellent research in genetics. So brother was awarded Bishan Swaroop Young Scientist of the Year Award 2018 by Honorable Vice President of India. So brother is also recipient of a prestigious D.P. Basu Memorial Award for the Young Scientist of the Year by Cardiology Society of India. So currently, Brother Dr. Gupta is a professor of cardiology in GP Pant Hospital and medical superintendent of cardiac science. Okay, and you see, brother uses Baba's Gyan so much, and because of that, with a balance of science and spirituality, currently brother Gupta is also the cardiologist in the Parliament Health Annex. That means he's taking care of all the hearts of all the member of parliaments, no, and the senators in India. No? Okay, so this heart is very much connected with anger. So today, brother will touch our heart and share with us actually how we can go on and manage this anger. Okay, so with that, I would like to invite Brother Peru actually to welcome Brother Mohit and also to present to him a bouquet of flowers. Welcome, Brother Peru.
Om Shanti, Dr. Mohit Gupta. It's nice to have you on board. It's nice to be around this region. We are not far off from Bharat actually. We are very close in fact. This crowd is made up of not only Malaysians, there are also many regional countries have joined together to hear from you. No? And I know you're an expert in your area, and as Brahmins from childhood, you really blend spirituality with medical science. And for us over here as Brahmins here, because this is a Brahmin class, definitely we have a lot of pointers from you some points which we can take from you, which will help us in our spiritual journey. So, my dear brother, welcome to our region. And as a token of appreciations, here you are. They told me to give you a bouquet of flowers, and I give it for you. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Brother Paru. So with that, I would like to hand over this session to our brother, Dr. Mohit Gupta. Okay, brother.
Om Shanti, and very, very, very angelic good evening to all Baba's angels from Malaysia. You know, you are sitting in Malaysia, but you are in the heart of India, the land of paradise. And that day is not far off that all of us will be together here in India, in this world of Satyava, isn't it? That is what the world we are dreaming of, what we are creating in this world. I also extend my sincere, loving thanks to beloved Bab Dada and most loving Meera Didi. You know, she's like a mother to me. Very beautiful. I remember my own childhood days. You know, we used to be kids when we were only 7 or 8 years old and used to run around in Madhuban with nothing, no buildings, etc. Very few people there. And we have got, fortunately, sustenance of daddies and didis, and that is what flows in our blood. And that is what encourages us to live a life which is of bliss, which is of happiness. So loads and loads of love to you, peaceful greetings to you. And probably I believe that anger should not be finding a place in the Brahmin dictionary, but unfortunately, there are certain babies of anger, there are certain forms of anger that are really troubling us. So today, I'm going to take you to one of the most revealing and scientific journeys of your life. Probably something that you would have never, ever imagined. And it's so nice, you know, brother is telling me that we have brothers of Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines. So nice, you know, the world is all us. We all are connected. We all are connected with Lama Bama, and so fantastic. So let us start this journey. And I would just request you to feel happy, relaxed, and just go with the flow. Live your life with every moment, every slide that I'll be showing you. Try to revisit your own inner experiences, and you will see your whole life will unravel so beautifully. So right at the beginning, I have no disclosures as far as this particular presentation is concerned. This is a totally scientific and spiritual content that I'm going to share with you. If you have any questions and comments, I would be very, very happy to take all of them in the end. But let us start this journey to decode anger and its progeny. What are the myths and what are the transformations? So there was a beautiful example, a story that, you know, a person is sitting in his room with a cup of coffee, and suddenly somebody comes and shakes him up, maybe his friend or any particular person who comes, and the coffee spills down to the floor. So the question that comes is that why did the coffee spill on the floor? When 5 different people were asked this particular question, most of them answered because the person was perturbed or the person was shaken by somebody. That is why the cup let the coffee off to the floor. And that's a very logical thing. That's very understandable, isn't it? But when one wise person analyzed this particular situation, he very politely said, the coffee spilled on the floor because coffee was there in the mug. If there was tea in the mug, tea would have spilled. If there was water in the mug, water would have spilled on the floor. But the reason why coffee spilled on the floor was because coffee was there as a content in the mug. And that's the most important question that we need to ask ourselves. That when situations are coming from different people, from our professional, personal life, what we manifest in our life is what is there inside us. Understand this. If we are manifesting love in our life, this is because the cup of our mind, of our soul, we are holding love in that. But if we are manifesting anger and its progeny, it's logical understanding that we are manifesting because we are holding anger in our life. So your mindset creates your destiny. That's the bottom line. Nothing more than that. nothing outside. People may shake you, people may disturb you, people may create anything for you. But what you are manifesting in your life is a consequence of what you are holding in your mind in your life. So let us take a few moments of silence and go on a very beautiful reflective journey of our own self. Let us see what are the emotions that I decorate my soul, my mind. What is it that I choose to keep in mind when I'm in my purest form, when I'm in my relaxed form? What is it that I would like to decorate my mind? Is it peace? Is it bliss? Love of God? Happiness? Power? Knowledge? And pure vibrations of our. These are the emotions, the original state of our mind, which is for every person, irrespective of who they are. And once we have a deeper understanding that yes, this is our natural state, then first question that comes is that then what is anger? If we are manifesting anger in our life, then anger has to be defined as an altered and unnatural state of our own existence. People have given thousands of definitions, but remember, the three most important definitions for anger is it's an altered because it is not natural. It's unnatural state. Our natural state is of peace, is of love, is of happiness. And when we are painting those emotions with something negative, then we manifest anger in our life. When we let go of love in our life, we manifest anger in our life. Further, it's a reflection of the internal chaos. When there is lack of stability in our thoughts, there is lack of synchronization between what we are thinking, what we are speaking, and what we are manifesting as a karma in our life. It's a chaotic environment inside, and anger is a reflection of the internal chaos. And the third one is, it's an act of protecting our ego. I am right. You are wrong. This is my way. My way is the right way. Our irrational belief systems, which are manifesting as a behavior. And what I'm going to do is, we are going to decode each one of them with very simple practical examples, and it will be a miraculous journey for you. You will see how beautifully we are going to transform ourselves during this particular session only. So what are the roots of anger? People often say, why do I get angry? What is the reason that I'm getting angry? Is it the hidden desires? Maybe the physical desires, or the desires in the subconscious mind? Something that we want physically, some emotion that we want to experience metaphysically, that is manifesting as anger often. Our ability to protect our pride. I am this, the power, the pride, the possessions that I'm holding on. Continuous sense of protecting those emotions, that is also manifesting as anger. If somebody is scratching your emotion, your ego, I try to protect myself and I manifest it as an anger. Misunderstandings, not only from myself, for other people also, we manifest them as anger. When we are seeing injustice, we are suspicious about things. When there are numerous sources of agitation, the behaviors of people, the situations, irrespective of their nature and the quality, all these things, all these emotions conditioning repeatedly our mind are the roots of anger. This is what is leading to anger in our life. This is what is manifesting as anger in our life. It could be anything, but conditioning of our mind is what is required. The repetitiveness is what is required.
Om Shanti, brother. Can I interrupt for a short while?
Yeah.
I think there is some noise coming from your mic. No? Maybe it's hitting your shirt or how? Because whenever you're speaking, the background sound is coming, hissing sound.
Now is it coming?
Yeah, it's still there.
Now is it coming?
Yes, still there. Only when you're speaking. Again, you can try.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yeah, if you can, without your mic, is it possible?
Is it okay now?
Yeah, better.
Okay. Are you able to hear me, brother, now?
That's good. Okay.
No. What happens when a person is angry? We must understand that what is manifesting, what is the psychology, what is the science that is happening inside us, and why do we need to take care of it? Look at this. In our low emotion state, when we are calm, when we are relaxed, what happens is our emotional brain, which is manifested or controlled by our amygdala, that is the emotional center that each one of you have. And this is the higher cortex, which is called the thinking brain or the rational brain. So when we are calm and relaxed, our thinking brain is manifesting beautifully. We are able to be decisive, we are able to be happy, and we are able to be loving in our life. But when anger is taking control of our emotional center, look at this, what happens. The moment our emotional center is stimulated by anger, it takes control of our rational brain, the thinking brain, the decisive brain. It stops working when our emotions are high, and then we are not driving our car. Our anger is driving our car. That's the most simple way of understanding. And that is why when a person is angry, what happens? We lose our ability to decide. We lose our ability to discern. We lose our ability to create and think rationally in that particular situation. So the first spark of anger will activate your brain, and it will stimulate all the negative stress hormones to be released by different organs of the body. Look at this. The anger, disappointment, frustration, various manifestations, stimulating our emotional brain, and all the parts of the brain releasing all the stress hormones. And then we are having a flight and the fight reaction. This is called the amygdala hijack. Irrespective of the nature of anger, the cause of anger, irrespective of the kind of anger, it is going to behave in this particular way, and our life is totally going berserk and we lose control over ourselves. Okay, your question would be third, Dr. Gupta, if we are manifesting like this, then how does it matter? What is the effect that we are going to suffer? How is it manifesting on our body? Today, science clearly tells us that today we have higher chances. It is almost 100% increase in a person having heart attacks within 2 hours of creating anger. Significant higher chances of brain attack. A person who is repeatedly having anger has a much weaker immune system. We can make our lung health worse, prone to anxiety, prone to depression. And look at this, the study from University of Michigan, they are also having a much shortened lifespan. So anger in all its form is destructive. It's going to really manifest in a very, very bad way. So we really need to take care of it. The fourth question that comes is, okay, when a person says that he's an angry person, how does a person get an angry personality? Repetitiveness of the situation, when I allow any external situation to continuously stimulate an emotional reaction. Understand this. A situation is coming, your brain is observing it, and you are continuously clicking pictures of that situation. The deeper the emotional reaction that you are having, the stronger will be the picture that you are going to click for that situation, and you are left with a mood. What happened? Oh, I'm in a mood. That mood is going to last for 24 hours or 48 hours. Now, if the emotional reaction is deeper, you are holding on to that particular situation for a few weeks and then few months, the repetitiveness of that particular situation is going to get a temperament. He has an angry temperament. This is his temperament. This is the way he behaves. He's explaining himself to people. He's an angry person. But when you are continuously holding that situation in your mind, then what manifests is it gives you a personality over a long time. So angry personality is manifesting as a repeatedness of the same situation, the same emotional reaction that we choose to generate in our mind, my dear. So What are the different brothers and sisters of anger? What are the ways? Person says, I'm not angry. I'm not shouting at other people. That doesn't matter. If we are not manifesting our anger by shouting on others, it doesn't matter. But what is more important is, am I having small mood tantrums? A very small baby of anger. Repetitively getting irritated from people and situations, another manifestation of anger. Anxiety, quiet. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just sitting quietly. When you're not talking to anybody, you are actually talking more with other people through your mind, being judgmental, blaming, guilt, resentment, and disappointments. All these things are emotions, are manifestations, or what we call as progeny of anger. It could be different for different people, but we need to take care and understand what is the root cause, what is manifesting, or what are the reason that we are manifesting this way. So managing anger will not require a magic bullet. I remember a very beautiful story of a monk who used to meditate for years and years, but he had a very interesting habit. He used to carry a mirror with him. And whenever a situation used to come, he used to observe and see in the mirror 2 times. People were really disturbed by his eye. After years, they went to the monk and asked that why is it that after meditating, when a particular situation is coming, you keep on observing and seeing yourself in the mirror? What do you see? What benefit is it going to give you? So he smiled and he made everyone sit down, and he said that whenever a negative situation or a difficult situation comes into my life, I see into the mirror and I see what is the cause of this particular situation in my life. They say, what do you see? He says, I see my own reflection into the mirror. And I know that whatever is happening in my life, whether it is negativity, whether it is anger, or whether it is hatred, it is because of my own emotional reaction. Nothing outside is responsible for my life. It's my own inner self that is manifesting in my life. They say that, okay, we understand that. But why do you see that mirror the second time? He started smiling and he said that when I see the mirror second time, I come to know that what is the solution to all the problems in my life. Because I understand that when I see myself again, I understand that the solution of all the problems in my life is also my own self. My dear brothers and sisters, we must understand that if we want to change our life, we have to change our own mind. If we don't change anything, nothing is going to change in us. That is very important. That's the bottom line. That's the most important question that we need to answer to ourselves is, am I ready to understand and decode my own inner emotional reactions? And if the answer is yes, let us decode anger right here and right now. I'm going to explain you how beautifully we are creating myths in our life and how beautifully we can demystify, demyth them, and design our own conscious future. We can create happiness in our life. The first and a very important question or myth that we keep on speaking is, people and situations are responsible for my anger. That's very important. People and situations are responsible for my anger. How true is it? How true is it? Is it possible or not? It is definitely not the way. Definitely not the way. Let us understand this by a simple situation, by a very practical situation. Let us analyze. Brother Molly is with us, and let us play this beautifully. All of us are asked to report to a retreat center for a picnic. We all get out of our houses ready, bubbling with joy and happiness that today we are all going to have a wonderful time. We get out on the road, and suddenly all of us are finding ourselves stuck up in this beautiful traffic jam. Now, my question to you is, Brother Molly, are you there with me or not? Yes? Are you there or not, brother? Okay, come on. If he's not there, let's understand this. That when we are stuck up in this particular traffic jam, my question to all of you is, please answer in your chat box. Will all of us behave in the same possible or typical way? Will the behavior of all of us be same in this particular situation? The answer is definitely. 95% of us will start getting irritated. Gradually, we'll be getting irritated. Some of us will get more irritated. We'll be really buckled up. I have to reach to that place on time. What is happening? But some of those 95% completely lose control. This is really bad. This is happening with 95% of the people who are stuck up in the traffic jam. But there are 5% of us, 5% of us who have no impact of the traffic on their mind. They call to the person in the retreat center and they say, I will be reaching, I'm stuck up in a traffic jam. I can't help it. The moment traffic is over, I will reach to that particular place and then we will celebrate. So this is the reaction or the behavior of 5%. They remain absolutely cool. And this goes on to prove that who are responsible for our behavior? Is the situation responsible or we are responsible for our manifestation? The answer is very natural. Situation of traffic jam is same for all of us. It is not different for any one of us. It's absolutely same. But the way we are behaving is my own conscious choice. It's my own conscious choice. That is the bottom line. The situation may be difficult. Anger may be created, it may be stimulated, it may be given to you. That situation may be created by different people. But how I feel is my own choice. It has nothing to do outside. Absolutely nothing, not even this much. It's all about my internal processor. How I process this information. The way I respond in a particular situation is my own choice. Neither people are going to make a difference, neither situation is going to make a difference. And why this is happening is that I'm going to explain by the magic and the science of your belief. Changing belief, managing belief is like changing a processor. Everything that we believe is going to manifest as a behavior. What happens when we are angry? Why we are unable to deal with our anger? Why we are left explaining to different people that please behave properly, please be calm, please be loving, please accept, please try to have a very nice behavior. And people say, okay, we will try to manifest, but this never happens. Never ever I have seen in my life in last 47 years that people are able to change their behavior. The reason for this is very simple, because our behavior is manifestation or a function of our belief. Once our belief is rational, it's evidence-based, and it's logical, our behavior is going to change. Look at the same traffic jam. 95% of the people, they understood, they actually created that what is happening is that particular situation is really stressful. That particular traffic jam is really stressful for them. And because that traffic jam is really stressful for them, they believed that and their behavior was negative. But on the contrary, 5% of the people believe that traffic jam has no effect on their mind. And because of that, their belief, their behavior was very cool. So my dear friends, in today's session, we are going to create rational, logical, powerful, and beautiful spiritual belief system in us. That is what Baba is giving us. He gives us beautiful belief system, and when our beliefs are changed, our behavior consequently naturally changes. So we need to change our life by changing our belief system. Family is always going to be there. The professional pressures are always going to be there. Nature is going to give us the pressures. Look at the COVID times. The policies of the government are often challenging, and our social relationships are also so. We have two options. Either I change my family, tell them not to give me tension. Either I change my profession so that I can avoid certain negative situations or ask the nature to behave properly, change the government. Often these things are not possible. The second option, my dear friends, are we empower ourselves. We give ourselves very beautiful belief system. And when I'm able to empower myself, irrespective of the stresses that I am having in my life, I am able to maintain my own inner balance. So transformation from a reactive behavior, that 95% people, a stimulus comes, a reaction is created. Look at your life. What happens? Why do we create anger? Some person or situation stimulates us. Without thinking, we react. Another person, without thinking, we react. This is living life in an autopilot mode. But to transform our reactive behavior into a mindful behavior, to transform our reactive behavior into a responsive behavior, let the stimulus be there, the same stimulus be there, but transformation from reactive to response requires to create a pause. A pause is what is required. That pause is what gives us inner freedom. Between the stimulus and our response, there is a space. And in that space is our power to choose our response. That response is all about creating our growth and inner freedom. That is what meditation is all about. That space is about our own inner mind. Our mind having 50 to 70,000 thoughts in a single day. Your mind, your space, creating those continuous thoughts, 50,000 thoughts. And today science says 95% of them are repetitive, are waste, are useless, are often negative. Imagine that if our 95% thoughts are repetitive and negative, what will be the quality of our processor, and hence what will be the quality of our existence? We will say that yes, I will be anger-free, I'll be happy, I'll be peaceful, but your body, your mind is running on a whole different program. We are caged into the thoughts of our mind. The repetitiveness, the redundancy that we create, we are not able to come out of that particular cage. And why this is important? Because your negative thoughts, your repetitive thoughts are going to give you a behavior. Negative thoughts, negative behavior. And those negative behaviors are going to manifest as negative feelings. These negative feelings and emotions are going to stimulate the same negative thoughts. That's the cognitive triangle you are working. We are fighting ourselves that I want to be free, I want to be happy. I am Baba's child. I am not going to create anger, but am I working on my root inner processor, observing my thought, that space, that place where this ocean of 50 to 70,000 thoughts are working. They're flooding our mind. Am I able to work and transform my each thought, create a beautiful thought to transform our behavior and hence our feeling? That's the bottom line. My dear brothers and sisters, why this is important? Because when I understand that I am the king, I am the emperor of my life, I am the soul, the psyche, the being, the consciousness, the energy, the light or the God spot, whatever I call myself, irrespective of that, until and unless I have the feeling that I am the king, I have to rule, I have to choose the thoughts that I create. Thoughts are never going to be the way I like. And when I'm not working in my life or manifesting in my life as a king, my mind works as a very dangerous master. But when I work like a king, when I rule in my life, the same mind works as a beautiful son. The same space, the same processor, but single transformation. I am the master. I choose the way I create my life. Every thought, every single thought today, scientifically proven, has shown that it is creating and attracting your future. If you say that I'm happy, I have to create that happiness in my life, automatically that happiness is attracted towards you. But if I say, oh, I am angry, I want to be anger free, I want to be this, you are again and again creating same thoughts and hardwiring your brain to create the same anger. So for one day from today, let us be the emperor, the ruler of our own self. I am the master creator. I am the one who chooses the way I think. That's the thing. It's all about me. I'm not going to change anybody else. It's all about my own inner self. When things are changing inside me, things are automatically changing outside me, my dear. Ask yourself, as a child of Almighty, how would I like my state of mind to be? How would you like your mind, your space to be happy, to be free, to be liberated? Is that anger that I'm going to create, is it going to be really productive for me? Is it really going to be useful for me? Definitely the answer is no. Then if it is negative, it's no, then why am I going to create the same thoughts? Old ways are not going to open new doors. Let me manifest new ways to redesign my life. That is what Baba is doing. That is what Baba is doing, that he is trying to ask his children, come on, you are so lovely children of Almighty. Design your thoughts. Let them be filled with God's love and innocence and purity. You are love. Your innate nature is love. A single thought of love is going to manifest as a loving behavior and is going to manifest as a feeling of great love and joy and happiness. This is what we are. This is the way we are going to create our life. So beautifully and so powerfully, we can design our own life. So the message is, people and situations are only as powerful as I think. Situations are lifeless. Only we, by repetitive thinking, instill power into them. Anger is very weak. It's negative. It's not an emotion that is innate to us. It's we who add energy to that anger by creating those repetitive thinking. Often, the second myth that we create in our life, oh, when I'm angry, I don't talk with anyone. I'm not connected with anybody. I just disconnect. I'm quiet. I try to cool down myself. That's a major myth that we often live with. My dear brothers and sisters, just create that particular situation when you are angry with someone and you are not talking to that person, you have distance from that particular person and you are separate. Create that particular situation. Observe your thoughts. Whenever we are angry with one particular person, we are having that feeling of resentment. We may not be talking to that person physically, but observe your thoughts. You are continuously, repetitively communicating with your thoughts to that particular person. Your mind-to-mind connection is still very powerful. Why? Because we are not just physical entities, but we are energy waves interacting with each other. Language is designed to hide feelings, but the vibrations are working powerful. So even if I've distanced myself from one particular person, but if I'm creating those thoughts of resentment, of anger in my mind, I'm continuously communicating with that person. Remember this, reaction is connection in our mind. Energy is going to flow wherever our mental attention is going. We may not be talking with that person, but we are communicating with our vibes. We are being judgmental. We are being impulsive, and there is lack of restraint in our lives. So we must understand that the behavior of people, of situations, is only an expression of their own inner self. They are on their own journey. That is what Baba tells us. Let people go on their journey. Let their behavior and the situations not affect your own innocent mind. If I succumb to their anger, you see, just imagine the situation. If one person is angry and he is manifesting or spraying or showering that anger on you, and you also succumb to that particular anger, and you start creating feeling of resentment and anger in yourself, what do? You lose to that person. You tell that person that you win, I lose. How appropriate is it? A negative emotion can never overcome a negative emotion. You cannot wash blood with blood. You need water to wash. That is what Baba tells us, that when a negative emotion is coming to your mind, I need to create joy and happiness. I need to empower myself with those powerful emotions, which I'll be showing it to you. And then I don't allow that particular external situation to enter into my mind. Look at the ships. Why does a ship like Titanic sink? A small boat is floating on the water, it doesn't sink. The reason is only one. When they allow the water to come inside, irrespective of the nature, the size of the ship will sink. But if I don't allow the external water to come into the ship is not going to sink. Our life is no different. If I allow external pressures, people behaviors to continuously pour inside myself, if my mind is like a seed, I allow everything outside to come inside my mind, I'm one day going to succumb and I'm going to sink, and then I'm going to manifest in my life anger, resentment, judgment, and negativity. That's not the right thing to do. And whenever we are angry, what do? We start creating emotions like blame, continuous blame. I start blaming my own self. Oh, this I should not have done. Look at how beautifully anger is creating those more negative progeny. Blaming people is also one of the very powerful manifestations of anger. Blaming self, taking away your self-acceptance, is also one of the very powerful ways of manifestation of anger. Continuously blaming is going to lose or destroy the clarity of our mind. What happens when we blame somebody? If I tell somebody, you are wrong, this is not the way you should have done, that means I'm focusing on negative. I'm continuously telling myself or that person that you are not right. I'm depreciating my value. And whenever I depreciate my own value or value of others, my emotional stability also goes down. But what happens when I appreciate someone? I accept and appreciate someone, I increase their value. When I increase their value, their self-esteem grows, and their level of acceptance, their level of attitude, positive attitude, that also grows. Their optimism grows in their life, and the manifestation of blame and guilt is significantly less. So blame, judging, fixing, and labeling are very common manifestations of blame. Whenever we are blaming, judging, and fixing and labeling, Baba clearly says that we are imprisoning them in their past, and this is disastrous. We are not given this authority by anyone in this world to let or imprison our even own selves or others in their past. This is a dynamic world. Our emotions are dynamic, and if we choose to label people repeatedly, if we choose to judge people repeatedly, if we start behaving like lawyers in our life, deciding about the behaviors and analyzing their behaviors, anger and resentment is going to be a permanent manifestation of my behavior. A mind that is angry, a mind that is continuously busy judging people, imprisoning them in their own cage, is never ever going to create happiness. Why this is happening? Because blame and uncertainty destroys the clarity of it. It destroys the clarity of it. When we are magnifying those emotions, those situations, we are also magnifying the negative emotions. We are able to see. We are able to see that particular situation. We are able to maintain the sight in a situation. But we lose the insight into a situation. Look, create any situation. Bring that situation that made you angry. Look at this, what happened. You were able to see that situation. but deeper analysis that why am I behaving this particular way, that ability to judge, we particularly lose when we are manifesting or allowing those situations to come into our lives. And I'll explain the reason for this. Very simple. Because every situation, now I will request all of our brothers and sisters to create a situation that made you feel angry, or made you feel resentment in your life. Create that situation in your life. Bring that situation in front of your eyes. Now, every situation is going to have two components. One is the actual facts of the situation, and the other one is the story that I tell myself. A person is doing some particular thing, that's a fact. And my analysis of those facts is what is the story that I'm telling my own self. I'll give you an example to make you understand about it, how this is manifesting. Look at this. This is a typical cricket match that is going on the field. And you have an umpire who is standing here in the field. He has a limited view and he has less time. And when people are appealing, he says that he is out, and he's given out because of his typical analysis. But there is another umpire who is called the third umpire, who is sitting in the box, commentary box. And what he is doing is, he is able to disconnect from the situation. He is able to have a broad view of the situation, multiple perspectives. And when he is able to do and analyze the situation from the control room, he says that the person is not out. Look at this. This is a very classical example of our own life. Whenever we are angry, we are behaving like an umpire on the field, continuously manifesting, impulsive, repetitive, not taking time, not going into that space, not pausing, and just being impulsive to give decision. This is bad. This situation is bad. This person is irritating. This person is bad, and creating negative feelings, feeling of hatred and jealousy for that person, and I lose control over myself. But when I choose to create pause in my life, I am able to create an emotional distancing. That's the bottom line. That is what we need in our life, to be judged, to have a very beautiful non-judgmental awareness, not jumping to the conclusions. This is what Baba says. Whenever a person is doing something, detach. Par chintan, par darshan, parma. This is what Baba says. Not discussing about the situation. Being emotionally detached from these situations, observing the situation, observing the behavior of the people as a drama is unfolding. And when I am able to do, I will actually be able to create a non-judgmental awareness. That's the most beautiful thing that we need, to let go of anger. A situation and awareness which is fact-oriented, unbiased, truly introspecting, that is listening and observing quietly, and that is must in all us. If we are able to practice this non-judgmental awareness in our life, 99% of our times, we won't let our mind create anger or any of its progeny. Only emotional distancing is what is required. Analyzing the situation, giving time to the situation, observing your own self, and not letting it taking control of your own emotional center, my dear. Often, a greater myth is that when I am angry, I am more angry on myself because I have created anger in myself. Creating a negative emotion to overpower or overcome a negative emotion, how appropriate is it? Imagine, I am really, blaming my own self. I'm angry on myself because I got or lost control over my temper. That is not the way we should be living, because anger coupled with anger will give you a feeling of guilt. Very important. So whenever negative emotion, in case it comes to our mind, the first thing that I need to do is keep quietly and accept that naturally. Tell myself not to be more angry over my own behavior, because the moment I'll do it, I'm going to create guilt. Tell yourself this is perfect drama. Being non-judgmental of what is happening around us. Go into that particular space, detach from the situation, start observing the facts of the situation, and then you will see what you are going to do is you are going to transform that negative energy. If we are not giving us space, what we are doing is we are going to absorb that negative energy of anger. We are going to radiate that negative energy to the other person, which 99% of us do. We are experiencing the feeling of guilt and blame. Oh, it's so bad. Why am I experiencing these emotions? I should not have done this. And then I'm radiating these negative emotions to other people. But the third thing that I can do is I don't choose to transform this negative energy to a positive energy. That is what we all need to do. That is what Baba is teaching us, Almighty is teaching us, that people may give you negative energy. They are throwing dirt at you. But what you are doing is you are giving them what you have in your life. You are offering them love. You are offering them peace, joy, and happiness, because this is what you have in your life. And if we are able to do this, my dear brothers and sisters, we are winners in every situation. So, for one day, what are we going to do? Very simple exercise. Let people and situations do what they want to do. Let them shower whatever they want to shower on me. It doesn't matter. I choose love, happiness, and joy for everyone in my life. Very powerful. I choose to transform their negative emotions into a powerful emotion, into a positive emotion. If I am able to do this, my mind will be very calm and cool. I'll be able to remain happy and joyous. Should I be expressing anger? One of the myths, if anger is there coming to your mind, many scientists commonly say one must express anger. What happens when we express anger? Look at this. Expressing anger is really good. The answer is a big no. Why? Because it only deepens us. The more you are creating anger, more you are manifesting anger, more you are expressing anger, you are creating hurt in your mind. You are creating more and more deeper impression into your mind, and you are hard wiring your brain. And this is what is called as the property of neuroplasticity. The more you are creating same thoughts, the repetitiveness of mental activity is going to strengthen the neural connections, and it is going to manifest as a behavior and as a personality, my dear friends. 21 days is what is required to form a new habit. So, with repetitive and direct attention towards a desired change, we can rewire our brain. So, non-manifesting anger is very, very important. Never let it express. So, if I'm not expressing it, your next question is, then should I suppress my anger? It is like a pressure cooker then. It is going to start an internal conflict. You may not be manifesting outside, but you are becoming a captive or a slave of that negative emotion. And continuously those thoughts are going to really disturb you. They're going to trouble you. And they're really going to create lot of negativity in your mind. So suppression is also not a good way. Then what should we be doing? Beautiful ways to transform you, the sublimate you. Look at this, like a mother, the angry child coming to a mother with a lot of folded hands. And this mother is not that mother. This mother is your own mind, your own soul, accepting that thought, nurturing carefully. Don't worry, these thoughts come, accept it. Don't shout at your anger, just gently accept it. Beautifully start giving it love and compassion, self-love and self-compassion. It's all going to be fine, very fine. Create assertiveness. And after some time, you will see those thoughts are really going to merge when I radiate love, peace, and happiness for my own self. And that art is called the art of self-talk. Continuously talking. This is what meditation is. The inner talking of your soul to your own self. Communicating, taking vibrations and powers of Almighty and allowing all those positive vibrations of Almighty to go into your mind, into your soul, and energize it. Enhancing your emotional vocabulary, telling yourself like an air that I am loving. I accept these emotions. Telling your soul every thought to create love, to create compassion in your heart and your mind for everyone, for every soul, and to create a beautiful power of positivity, God's positivity. This beautiful self-talk is what heals us. This beautiful self-talk is what nurtures our soul and tells our mind to accept every situation as it is. The second thing that we must do every day is that when we are having diet or food in our mind, the most powerful way to energize your mind is meditation. The second way we can transform our mind is to energize our food with 4 powerful emotions. Healthy eating is not just about the calories, but also if we want to make our mind free of anger, just 4 powerful emotions we need to instill into our food for only few minutes. And what are those 4 powerful emotions? God's love, Baba's love, peaceful vibrations, positive vibrations of Baba, and vibrations of gratitude towards our Almighty. This is what we are going to say. Never ever we are going to use these words that let us have our meal, let us have our lunch, or let us have our this particular meal. I always tell my patients and my own self, we are eating bhog right in the morning, afternoon, and evening. Because this is energized with God's love, God's peace, and God's positivity. Tell it to everybody. Make one powerful meal, and that meal is going to take away all your negativity and all your anger. It's going to melt away. It's going to destroy your anger and all its progeny. The moment I'm choosing to instill Baba's love. And there is a lot of psychology behind it. Why? Because when we are giving emotional energies and vibrations, Dr. Masaru Emoto, a famous Japanese scientist, he said that when we are giving vibrations of anger and ugly to water, look at this, what is the structure of water? And when we are giving vibrations of love and thankfulness to water, look at this, how beautifully the structure of water changes. All in your mind, everything working here inside, nothing outside. It's all magic created in our own mind. It completely transforms our own self. Look at the food, the rice grains, same location, same jars, same place, but 3 different emotions. When I am not giving any emotions to my food, it starts getting rot within 2 days. Feeling of hate, within 1 day, my food is getting spoiled. And feeling of love, my food is absolutely healthy. Energize your food with a lot of love. Accepting people, your anger, your negative emotions will melt away. It will be like an ocean, an oasis of love, peace, and happiness, where no anger will ever be able to find place. The second last myth that we all often carry is, okay, brother, I often understand this, but my anger in this particular situation is justified. I have lived with these particular justifications. Let me share my own example. In the last 37 years of this beautiful journey, there have been situations when I have been angry. There have been situations where I have held resentments in my life. There have been situations where I have blamed people also, blamed situations also for my own state of mind. And today, I suggest to you is that there are no justified resentments. No justified resentments. It's like we are creating a feeling of despair, repetitive thinking. And I'll tell you why this is very, very important. Because look at this. You clean your home every day. All of us, you wash your clothes, you clean your home, you clean your kitchen every day. For next 5 days, I give a very simple exercise to all of you. Let us see, will you do this exercise? Yes or no? All the Brahmin family is going to do a simple exercise for next 5 days. Are you ready to do? Please raise your hands so that I am able to see you. Are you going to do this exercise for us? Yes, all of us are going to do this simple exercise. That exercise is very, very simple. For next 5 days, what we are going to do is all the dirt, all the garbage that we gather by cleaning our home, our washrooms and our kitchen, we are not going to throw away that garbage. We are going to hold that garbage, put it into a box and decorate it for next 5 days into our own drawing room of our house. Ready or not ready? Tell me. Ready to do this exercise? Oh no. Nobody is going to do this exercise at all. Absolutely nobody is going to do this exercise. Why? Because if I'm keeping garbage in my house, it's going to smell. It's untidy. It's going to make me feel sick. And that's right. Just as we want to clean our home every day, we want to clean ourselves every day. How many times in our life do we want to clean our mind every day? It is years and years we keep on carrying those resentments in our life. 10 years down the lane, some person did some negative thing for me and I'm carrying that emotion in my life. That is really unjustified. It's going to only harm me. The feeling of anger, the feeling of irritation, the feeling of hatred and jealousy, the feeling of criticism and complaint, the feeling of expectations and competition. These are the only 8 emotions that we hold in our life. And if we hold, it's going to hardwire our own self. It's going to take away our own sense of joy and happiness. Let us, dear brothers and sisters, let go of all these negative emotions. This is not our own original emotional self. Let us decorate our mind, the drawing room of our mind, the kitchen of our mind with love, with Baba's joy and acceptance, the way God is accepting us. Look at this. 84 births, we have been doing so many number of things which are so bad. But what does Almighty does? Baba does. He just comes to us. He just accepts us the way we are. He starts showering all his love on us. He starts showering all his compassion on us. He says, you are my children. That simple magical word, you are my children, I am your father. It takes away all our anger and depression. He understands us. He appreciates us despite knowing that there are so many negativities in us. Can't we do these simple activities in our life? Can't we accept for one day? For one day, let us choose to empower our mind by 4 powerful emotions. Love for everyone. Irrespective of the nature of the person and the situation, I will shower only love like God is showered. Irrespective of the nature of the situation, I'm going to shower peace and compassion. I'm going to accept every person and situation as they are. Peaceful heart. That is what we are in a life, my friends. So, to summarize, what are the simple 5 processes that we are going to transform our anger? All explained beautifully by Baba, by our Father. Recognize. That's the bottom line. It's all inside me, nothing outside. Recognize, observe that yes, that's coming. Recognizing that emotion, negative emotion, is very, very important. And the moment I recognize that yes, this is anger, this is its progeny, don't shout at it at all. It's all yours. We have created inside us. Accept it. Be aware of this, that this is inside me. I accept it gently. And the moment I accept it, like a mother, I start making it calm. Don't worry. It's all fine. Anger is not you. There is no need to be angry because this is not your original self. People will behave like this. Situations will shower like this. But you are love. You are purity. You are happiness. let it flow, let it radiate, and slowly, like a mother, you will see anger will melt away. The moment you make yourself calm in meditation, very calm, explaining your anger gently like a mother, release it, let it go. Let it fly away like a balloon. It's liberating. Like Baba says, give it to Baba. Baba very beautifully says one word, that give all the burden that you are carrying on your mind to Almighty. Why do you want to carry it? Let Baba carry it. Give it to it. Release it to Almighty. Let Him take care of it. And when we are able to release it, and when you are sitting in meditation, observe deeply why this happened in your life, the way it happened. Why? Most of the time in meditation, when we are able to detach from the situation properly, create a proper emotional distance, we are able to understand that our anger and our emotional disturbances were unjustified. They were totally irrational because we were attached to a situation, to a person. We started creating anger in our life. When I detach from the situation, I understand my true existence is all about love, joy, and happiness. So, brothers and sisters, it's all about working on that space in our mind. That space that carries, that nurtures, that is our soul. To empower our soul, to understand, to think slow, to think less. And whenever we are thinking slow and less, we naturally start thinking better. In meditation, what we are doing is we are allowing Baba's pure vibrations, the vibrations of love, joy, and happiness, the vibrations of peace, just to empower my soul. They are radiating, they're showering my every thought, filling my every thought with lots and lots of love and joy. And when I do this, what am I doing? I balance my logical self that tells you to be angry, that tells you to be reasonable, that tells you to be analytical, that tells you to be decisive, that no, come on, express your anger. But spirituality tells us, no, right brain is activated. You are peaceful. You are passionate. You are loving. Anger is not you. Your natural emotion is love, intuition. And the moment I sit in meditation, the whole abundance, the whole holistic brain, it starts functioning and expressing joy and love in my life. This is what the power of meditation is. This is what the beauty of meditation is. Look at this. What meditation does when person is having anger. A typical angry brain is like a mind chatter with intrusive thoughts. And 15 minutes of what meditation is what is required. Only 15 minutes. Not more than that is what transforms our brain, our mind to a very beautiful, calm brain, nurturing, very gently nurturing ourselves with God's love, allowing it to flow. Let it come. Accept that love, accept that emotion, and gradually exhaling all the negativity in our mind. This is the power that we have to create in our life. So let the challenges be there. Let the mobiles, the challenges be there. You know, a wonderful group of person went to a yogi, and what he was doing was he was checking his emails, and they started smiling at him and said that, you know, you are a yogi. Are you supposed to check your mails? And he started smiling at them and looked up to them wittily and said, yes, I can check my mails as far as there are no attachments. That's the bottom line of our life, my dear. It's all about our own self. We all are on journey. All of us, Baba's children, all the whole world is on a beautiful journey. Let us make our journey worthwhile and loving. So for next few minutes, I'm going to take you on a very beautiful return journey. Just detach. Open your videos. Give drishti to the whole beautiful Brahmin family, all of us as angels of Almighty. Let us go back on a beautiful journey and see ourselves. What is the burden that we have been carrying in our mind? What are the emotions that I have chosen to carry or give space in my mind? The anger, the irritation, the feeling of hatred, the resentments. Let me go back on a beautiful journey to I sit back. Very quietly. Absolutely. Deep silence. Other things. Let me breathe. Worry. Impulsively. This is not mine. These are not my emotions. I choose to clean my own myself. Observe very gently pure vibrations of the light coming to you, showering your soul, making it experience and love. I slowly and gently start nurturing myself, my thoughts, empowering them with Baba's love. I let go. I let go. Right here and now, with an understanding that I is not myself. I choose gently and quietly to instill my mind, my thought, in God's love, in God's purity. Every thought, very powerful. Be happy. I radiate this energy to all the cells of my body, making my whole organ. I gently choose to radiate this purity to the souls on the earth, to my nature. Healing them, healing my decorative mind. Because I am radiating state and radiate this truth. So we understand that small transformations, a simple understanding that the key to transformation is only with our own self, is the key to create magic in our life. Thank you, and Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much, brother, for a very deep insight of the whole aspect of anger. I think you have answered all the questions that was there. I think in many of the questions that was raised, answer was given. So we are coming to the end of the session. It's already getting up to 9 o'clock. So to conclude this session, I would like to invite Meera Didi to say a word of thanks and also to share her thoughts. Yes, Meera Didi.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Welcome to Malaysia. Actually, Dr. Mohit Gupta was supposed to come for 2 weeks tour in the month of September last year. We had already finalized his program to have health professionals retreat and many other programs according to drama plan. Because of the pandemic, we had to cancel the program. But nevertheless, I had the determined thought that one day I want to invite him to meet the Malaysia family. How, I did not know. So then finally I thought that as we have sustenance classes every month, why not you can come and share your experience? And especially, you know, even still Brahmins are overcoming anger. Dadi Janki talks about Sato Pradhan anger, Sato anger, Rajo anger, and Tamo anger. So even though some of us may not have Tamo anger, but we may still have some percentage of Sato and Sato Pradhan anger. And you have given tools today even to overcome that Sato Pradhan anger and become completely pure. In other words, return to our original eternal form and original eternal state. So that's it, isn't it? It's the awareness, actually, that's the key. So if I can have the awareness, true self-awareness as to who am I, then everything becomes positive. That's why Baba says, whenever you use the word I, check yourself. Are you using in body consciousness or are you using in soul consciousness? So if you use in soul consciousness, anger will change into angel. If you use in body consciousness, anger will change into danger. So it is your choice. Either you want to add D in front of anger, or you want to add L instead of R. So think about it. So it is good that if I want to become an angel, I have to let go of anger. Cannot go together. And I'm sure you must have picked up lots of tools, lots of tips today, how to, what is the definition of anger, why anger comes, and how to chase away. Of course, anger has many forms. Baba talks about sometimes ghost, sometimes enemy, fire, whatever. In whatever form it comes, I think today we must say goodbye and bring in the angelic qualities into our life. So I really take this opportunity, Mohit Bhai, to thank you on behalf of all the brothers and sisters in Malaysia in particular, and all the brothers and sisters from Philippines, Singapore, and other places who have joined us to listen to your talk. And I'm sure they will pass on this message to the brothers and sisters who could not make it today. And so you have given your valuable time for us. So we are very indebted to you, and many thanks for your valuable time. And I would also like to take this opportunity to convey my regards to Dr. Gupta, Manju Gupta, and Sister Monica, because I know all of you from very young age when you used to come to youth retreat. Those days when India youth used to come. So since then I have seen you, and I know there is no time for you to share experience today, how Baba has helped you to overcome the big test in your life, the brain surgery, and how Baba has given the new life. Maybe we will invite you another time to share that experience so that people can understand, one strength and one support can create miracles in our life. So thank you so much for being with us today, and lots of love to all the Delhi Nivasis and also your lucky family members. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. We will end with one song meditation, okay, with Dr. Mohit and Meera Didi.
मुझे तुमने दाता बहुत कुछ दिया है, मुझे तुमने दाता बहुत कुछ दिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है। मुझे तुमने दाता बहुत कुछ दिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है। ना मिलती अगर दी हुई दात तेरी, तो क्या थी जमाने में औकात मेरी। तुम्ही ने तो जीने के काबिल किया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है। मुझे तुमने दाता बहुत कुछ दिया है। मुझे है सहारा तेरी बंदगी का, है जिस पर गुजारा मेरी जिंदगी का। मिला मुझको जो कुछ तुम्ही से मिला है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है। मुझे तुमने दाता बहुत कुछ दिया है। किया कुछ ना मैंने, शर्मसार हूँ मैं, तेरी रहमतों का तलबगार हूँ मैं। दिया कुछ नहीं बस लिया ही लिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है। मुझे तुमने दाता बहुत कुछ दिया है। मिला मुझको जो कुछ बदौलत तुम्हारी, मेरा कुछ नहीं सब है दौलत तुम्हारी। उसे क्या कमी जो तेरा हो लिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है। मुझे तुमने दाता बहुत कुछ दिया है। मेरा ही नहीं तू सभी का है दाता, तू ही सबको देता, तू ही है खिलाता। तेरा ही दिया मैंने खाया पिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है। मुझे तुमने दाता बहुत कुछ दिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है, तेरा शुक्रिया है। मुझे तुमने दाता बहुत कुछ दिया है।
Good night to everyone. Stay happy, stay anger free, and embrace love and acceptance, right? Good night.